Hi everyone. Last class we had discussed the problems based on lift motion. So, as I mentioned earlier, there are two types of problems expectable from the D'Alembert's principle. One is lift problem and other is connected body problem. So, we will be starting connected body problems today. Connected body basically means the pulley problems. Pulley we know already. Pulley is a device like this. So, how does it move and all we will be discussing here. So we can expect a definite question from here. It is a very simple portion actually. Once we know the concept, it's very simple. So let's get started. So the first type will be motion of two bodies connected by a string and passing over a smooth pulley. Okay. So here the motion of two bodies. Okay, there are two bodies M1 and M2 connected by a string, and passing over a smooth pulley. So here how to analyze, actually suppose M1 is greater than M2. Okay, so it's a pulley over here. M1 is greater than M2. So where does the pulley move? The pulley will be rotating rightwards, right? If M1 is greater than M2, and M1 will be moving downwards and M2 will be moving upwards. So suppose M1 is moving with an acceleration of small letter a, M2 will be moving upward with the same acceleration of small letter a. And here we need to know that the tension on both sides will be of the same value. Suppose tension here is capital T, tension on the left side of the pulley will be also T. But for that we need to assume something, that is the pulley is light, inextensible. So what does that mean? Light in the sense the not the pulley, the string is light and inextensible. The string as such, it shouldn't have a weight, considerable weight. That is why we specially mention that it is light. And the next assumption is it must not be extensible. That is, suppose there is a weight on the string. If it starts to extend or it elongates, then the whole purpose of the pulley system is destroyed, right? So it should be inextensible string. So only then under these conditions the tension will be remaining same. So here actually what we need to do in problems is very simple. We just need to know how to apply D'Alembert's principle for each block. Suppose we consider for this block, suppose this is the block. So for this block, self weight will be acting downwards, tension will be moving upwards, right? So how can we write the D'Alembert's principle? Forces in the direction of motion is positive, so W minus T equal to M into A. So here also M equal to M1 and W by G equal to M1. So that assumption we have to write. That equation we have to use. So we can arrive at the formulation. And similarly for M2, how can we write? M2 also weight is acting downwards, tension is moving upwards. So here tension here and left hand and right hand side tensions are same. So and acceleration is also same in this case. So T minus W2 equal to Ma, right? So we can use these equations and readily we can find out the answer. But in this case actually I have formulated an expression for acceleration. This is not required for problem at all, but just I have written that. It is available in my notes, so please refer that. We will go right away to a problem. So determine the tension in the strings and acceleration of two blocks of mass 150 kg and 50 kg connected by a string and a frictionless and weightless pulley as shown. So we need to find out the tension as well as the accelerations, and given the weights are 150 kg and 50 kg. Okay, so here before going to the problem you need to understand that we need to in all pulley problems there is a basic step we need to follow. First step is we need to understand the direction of motion. Okay, so the direction of motion should be clearly specified, clearly understood. Otherwise, suppose if we assume a direction of motion, it may not be correct. So that way also we can do. We assume a direction, and later on if we find out that it is not correct, and then we have to redo the problem again. Like that we can do, but still there is a methodology to find out the direction of motion. So it will be either given in the question, or we'll need to find out the direction of motion. So the first step will be always to find out the direction of motion. Second part will be finding out the corresponding accelerations in various parts of the pulleys. Okay, so suppose we assume an acceleration of small letter a to some part, and then we need to understand what is the acceleration in the next part and all. So the second step is finding out the acceleration. So again, first step is finding out the direction of motion, second step is finding out the acceleration, and the third step is the solution part. That means the finding out the applying D'Alembert's principle and formulation, etc. Okay, so here let us just check the problem. So there is a weight of 150 kilogram and 50 kilogram. So the first step is finding out the direction of motion. It is not actually specified in the problem, right? Direction of motion is not specified, but here we can identify which is the direction of motion. So which is the direction of 150 kilogram block, upward or downward? It will be downward. Why? Because the 150 kilogram block is having more mass than the 50 kilogram block. It's very simple, right? So definitely 150 kilogram block is going downwards and 50 kilogram block is moving upwards. Okay, so we have known the directions of motion. So in the figure itself we can mark the direction of motion. So here the direction of motion is here the direction of motion is towards the downward side. And now the next step would be finding out the acceleration. Okay, suppose 150 kilogram block is moving down with an acceleration of small letter a. It is moving down with a acceleration of small letter a. So let me ask you, what is the direction acceleration of 50 kilogram block? You may think that it is same acceleration a itself, but it comes to 2a actually. The acceleration is 2a. So we might get confused how this is happening and all, but it's very simple actually. So let us see. Suppose this pulley, before starting the motion, it was in this mean position. Okay, and finally it has reached towards a lower position, this pulley. Okay, this pulley traveling some distance. Okay, so when this and upon calculation the acceleration was found to be small letter a. So how did this pulley actually move this distance? For this pulley to move downwards, actually the string, both the limb of the string should travel the same distance, right? That is, if we suppose this is actually x distance, how much distance actually the string has moved? The left string actually has to move x distance, the right string also has to move x distance, so as for this pulley to move down a distance of x. So for this pulley to move down a distance of small letter x, the string has to move a distance of 2x, right? So suppose the acceleration of this 150 kilogram bearing pulley is small letter a, the acceleration of the 50 kilogram block will be 2a, because it covers more distance in small time, in the same time, right? So I hope it is clear how we do that. So the first two steps are over. The first step was to find out the direction of motion, and the second step was to find out the acceleration, relative acceleration. So acceleration of the 150 kilogram block is A and the 50 kilogram block is 2A, right? Now what we have to do is we have to draw the free body diagrams and compute the D'Alembert's principle, apply the D'Alembert's principle. So for the 150 kilogram block pulley, we know tension T is acting upwards. So tension T is acting upwards, 150 kilogram is pulling downwards, and the motion is small letter a towards the downward side. So applying the D'Alembert's principle, 150 into 9.81 minus 2 times T. Why? Because there are 2 limbs and each limb has a tension of T. Minus 2T equal to 150 into A, mass into acceleration. So it will be the first equation. Now considering 50 kilogram block, 50 kilogram block, the free body diagram is like this. 50 kilogram is moving downwards, tension T is acting upwards, and 2A acceleration is moving upwards, right? Okay, so here T minus 50 into 9.81 equal to 50 into 2A, right? So here we have the second equation. So let's name this equation as the second equation. So in equation number 1 and 2 there are 2 unknowns, T and small letter a. Solving we get small letter a equal to 1.4 meter per second square, T equal to 630 newtons. Okay, so the acceleration of 150 kilogram block is 1.4, acceleration of 50 kilogram block is double of that, that is 2.8, and tension equal to 630 newton. Okay. So hope that is clear. Now we have another problem, another kind of problem, motion of 2 connected bodies by a string, one of which is hanging free and other lying on a smooth horizontal plane. So here how we can identify. So here also we are following the same pattern. First we need to find out the direction of motion. So I'll just ask, what is the direction of motion? Definitely this small letter m1 mass of the body will be moving downwards, right? Definitely it is moving downwards, and m2 body will be moving right, towards the right. Okay, so we know the direction of motion. Now we have to find out the acceleration. Suppose m1 body is moving downwards with an acceleration of small letter a, what will be the acceleration of m2 body? It will be same as small letter a itself, because there is no another pulley and all. Definitely as m1 moves through a distance x, m2 is going to move the same distance, right? And now we have to draw the free body diagram and we need to work on the D'Alembert's principle. So here it is very simple, right? m1 g minus t equal to m1 into a for body m1. For body m2, how it is going to be? For body m2, t equal to ma, right? There is no force in the left hand direction. There should have been a force which is the frictional force, but here since it is given smooth horizontal plane, this frictional force is not there. Otherwise there would have been definitely a frictional force. Suppose for now only there will be a tension force T. So T equal to m into a, right? m2 into a. Suppose on solving we will get the answer. So there is a numerical written here for this. So we will do this and finish off this section for today. Find the acceleration of a solid body A of mass 10 kilogram and it is being pulled by another body B of mass 5 kilogram along a smooth horizontal plane as shown. So we have a 5 kilogram body and 10 kilogram body. So let me ask you, since block B is lighter than block A, what is the direction of motion? Don't get confused, it is always moving downwards, because 5 kilogram body is acting a force towards the downward direction. Definitely the block A will be moving towards the right. So the direction of motion is already specified like this. Okay, now we need to find out the acceleration. Suppose block B is moving with an acceleration small letter a. What is the acceleration of capital letter A block? It will be same small letter a, right? So the first two steps are over. Now we need to find out what? We need to draw the free body diagrams here and here and here. We need to draw the free body diagrams and find out. So here the free body diagram will be giving upon applying D'Alembert's principle. W minus T equal to ma, right? W minus T equal to ma. Here in the block A, T equal to m2 into A. Okay, so apply those two and find out for T and acceleration. There are two equations, two unknowns, we can find out. Actually here, since I have derived an equation in the earlier section, I could have readily used. There is no need to by heart all these formula and all. We can definitely solve this easily. Now the next section is motion of two bodies connected by a string, one which is hanging free and the other lying on a rough horizontal plane. So we'll directly go to a problem. Two blocks as shown have mass A equal to 20 kg and B equal to 10 kg, and coefficient of friction between block A and horizontal equal to mu equal to 0.25. If the system is released from rest and block B falls through a vertical distance of 1 meter, what is the velocity acquired by it? Neglect friction in pulley and extension of the string. So the figure is given. There is a block A and block B. So as block B is released, what will happen? The block B moves downwards and block A moves right hand side. So the direction of motion is specified. And suppose B has an acceleration of small letter A will be having the same acceleration small letter A. So acceleration is also given. Okay. Here the only thing in difference from the earlier problem is that here the plane is not a smooth plane. There is a friction. Okay. So frictional force is acting. So it's very simple. Let us draw the free body diagram of block B. mg is acting downwards, T is acting upward, acceleration is downward. So mg minus T equal to ma. There will be a first equation. Here T and A is unknown. In the second equation, second block, the motion is towards the right, tension is towards the right, friction is left hand side, friction is towards the left side. So here we can write T minus frictional force. Frictional force we already know it as mu into R. T minus mu R equal to ma. So here actually T, R and A is unknown. So R we need to find out. To find out R, actually we can use the vertical equilibrium equation. M2G equal to R, right? From the free body diagram it is clear that M2G equal to R. And M2 and G is available and we can find out the R. So substituting that here, we get an equation based on T and small letter A. So comparing equation number 1 and equation number 2, we have two equations, two unknowns. We can solve for T and A, and I arrived at T equal to 81.67, A equal to 1.63 meter per second square. Let us now check what is the question. Actually we need to find out what is the velocity acquired by it. That is, if the block B falls through a distance of 1 meter. So now we know the acceleration and distance equal to 1 meter, s equal to 1 meter. What is the velocity? So having known acceleration and distance, and we know that it is starting from rest, so u equal to 0. How can we find out the velocity v? We can use the third equation of motion, that is v square equal to u square plus 2as, v square equal to u square plus 2as, and v equal to, we can find out 1.807 meter per second. Now we have another similar problem. A body of mass 150 kg rests on a rough plane inclined at 10 degree to the horizontal. It is pulled up by the plane from rest by means of a light inextensible string running parallel to the plane. The portion of the rope beyond the pulley hangs vertically down and carries a man of 80 kg at the end. If the coefficient of friction for the plane and the body is 0.2, find the tension in the rope, acceleration meter per second square with which the body moves up the plane, the distance in meters moved by the body in 4 seconds starting from the rest. So actually in this question, figure is not given. Reading the question, we have to draw the figure. So I think you can do that on your own. So I have drawn the figure here. So to analyze this problem, our first step would be what? To identify the direction of motion. So in this question, can we confirm the direction of motion? Is block B moving downwards or upwards? We cannot be sure of that because there is a 150 kilogram block here, but we cannot be sure whether it is moving downward also, because this block is having a frictional force also, okay, and this is acting only at an angle. So we have a confusion arising here. So we read the question again. As we read the question, it is pulled up the plane. So this is a striking point. It is pulled up the plane from rest by a means of a body of mass 150 kilogram is pulled up the plane. So the motion direction is specified here. 150 kilogram block is moved up. Okay. Now we need to identify the acceleration. Suppose this is acceleration small letter a. What will be the acceleration in the left side? It will be also small letter a. There is no need for confusion. Now we need to draw the free body diagram. So block B, we draw the free body diagram. We have it like this, and 80 into 9.81 minus t equal to 80 into a. We have our first equation. For block A, let us see. Tension T is acting towards the right, motion is small letter a moving upward. We know the weight of the body. This is similar to inclined plane problems in the friction, right? So weight is acting vertically downwards, W, and we know the angle, included angle will be 10 degree. Included angle will be 10 degree. This is already mentioned earlier in frictional problems. And we know this is W sin 10 and this is W cos 10. Okay, W cos 10 and W sin 10. So while applying D'Alembert's principle, how can we apply the D'Alembert's principle? T minus W sin 10, T minus W sin 10. What other force is there? There is a frictional force also, F equal to mu R, and it is equal to mu into W cos 10. This all we already know how to calculate reaction force into W cos 10. Please refer the friction problems. So T minus W sin 10 minus mu W cos 10 equal to m into a, right? So that also, here also mu is given, W is given. Upon simplifying, there will come to an equation of this form: T minus 545.351 equal to 150a. Here also T and small letter a are the unknowns. So we have two equations, two unknowns. We can find out T and a. Okay, hope this is clear. And now, having found out acceleration a, so the first question is answered, tension in the rope is answered. Now the second part is acceleration in meter per second square. So that is also found out. The third question is distance in meters moved by the body in 4 seconds starting from the rest. So having known the acceleration and time equal to 4 seconds starting from rest, that is u equal to 0, distance we have to find out. So how can we find out that? We know s equal to ut plus half at square, s equal to ut plus half at square. From that, applying, we get s equal to 8.32 meters. Okay, hope this much is clear for you. Okay, so we'll be continuing with the next problems in the next class. Thank you.